Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM22 story, The Head Coach, with me, Daniel. It's a big one today as we're back for part 93. It is the Manchester Derby, and anything other than a Manchester City win will see Manchester United and us lift the Premier League title for the second year in a row. Jurgen Klopp's side put up a little bit of a better fight, but ultimately no one's getting closer to us, and Chelsea fallen away after last year. There's never more than one side that competes. What's actually interesting about this running is we've bottled it a little bit. We've had our moments, we've fallen away, but City just could not keep the pace and the AI inconsistency showed. So we'll be here basically today until we win the title, and the next episode will be an FA Cup final too. So if you're looking forward to that and you want to see how many of the domestic treble we can win, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe down below for daily FM22 content from two long-term stories. We've had a massive couple of episodes in the Hemel One Club story. I'll put a link to the transfer deadline date up in the eye above. There's also there the Twitch channel and the football podcast for regular content. And you can support the show as a channel member by clicking the join button below if you wish. But a massive thank you for your support as always. It is greatly appreciated. And you can see actually this year, being in the Champions League again, what difference it's made financially to the club. A lot better off than we were at the same point last year. And I guess there's not been much transfer action in January either. We've got a couple of doubts with fitness, but we're otherwise in pretty good shape. Let me show you though what's been happening since you were here in the last episode, because it has not been plain sailing. So you were with me when we lost 3-0 at Bayern to crash out of the Champions League. Very fortunately got past Brighton on penalties in the FA Cup. We then backed that up with a 2-1 defeat at Sheffield United, in which we got a late consolation, but we were awful. We didn't deserve a result. Kylian Mbappe got the late goal, but 2 for Sheffield United had wrapped that up. We then won 7-1 against Leeds with 5 from Mbappe and 2 for Yakubu, and 4-0 at home to West Ham United. Yakubu, Pavati, Mbappe and Rashford there. But ultimately we dropped another 3 points. And if we go and have a look at Manchester City, they had a great chance to close the gap further. Then they drew at Brighton and relied on a late goal to do that against a side they'd beaten 11-0 the year before. It just doesn't add up. If they'd won that game, they could have stayed in it with a draw and they could have had a genuine chance. But their last 2 games are against us and Chelsea. Realistically, we should get a result against Everton or Southampton, even if we do struggle and lose in this one. And then the FA Cup final is going to be decisive because a domestic treble could be historic. And don't forget, this was a United side that hadn't won a trophy in 4 years when we joined. We managed to get them 2 last year, albeit the Europa Conference was a fortunate one. And in the League Cup this season so far, we want to add to it. It looks like it's going to be back-to-back league titles. Everything's looking great. We've got the support off the pitch. We've got great performances on it at home. But we go away to the rivals. We know what happened in the reverse fixture. 1-0 up and cruising. Pavati got sent off. It all went wrong. Let's hope the same doesn't happen today. If we go through to the fixtures with the early kickoff, we're on TV. And basically we can just afford to bore people to death. Play for a draw. And we've won the title. That's all we need with City having played a game more. Would have been a lot more concerning if they were only 3 points behind. Particularly as the goal differences are getting closer. But those big home wins have helped us out on that front. Good to see a slightly improved City side though. Phil Foden's still there. Erling Haaland, of course, goal scoring galore. He is the top scorer in the Premier League, or was until Mbappe got 5 the other week. They've got Jack Bremner, who's been a star in recent seasons, and plenty of other regens too. And that Robble is the man they signed for 61 million, if I remember rightly, last window. Let's go and look at our lineup though. It is a sold out Etihad as you'd expect. We've not really got a huge amount outside the 11. I'm going to bring Bassone back in today, who has been out with a knock. Benjamin will make his way on the bench for Magno Luiz. And I'm going to do the usual bottle of bringing a goalkeeper on today. Van der Voort, it's such a big game. We don't want to end up with an outfield player in goal. The rest of the side, I think, picks itself. Zolis was brilliant against West Ham, so can stay in, rather than Rashford, who I'd normally bring in for the big games. The rest of the side, though, is Ilyan Meslier in goal, Gaia and Pavati the fullbacks with Inacio and Bassone centre-half, Jaloka and Amponza in central midfield, Yakubu off the right, Zolis off the left, and Bruno Fernandes could be his last title in the number 10 role. Kylian Mbappe up front, 58 goals for the season now, 44 of those in the Premier League, and Haaland level with him. So they're going out for the Golden Boot tonight. Let's see who comes out on top, whether we can win the title today. Surely it's just a matter of time regardless, but it'd be unbelievable to do it at the Etihad. Let's go and see if we can. Well, Jurgen Klopp's side, of course, does have a lot of quality to it. The spine of the team are all recognisable names. Ruben Dias, Camavinga, Foden, Haaland. Still got Tariq Lamptey on the bench. Still got us plethora of brilliant world-class talent. But they're just not consistent enough. I don't know what other competitions they're in. They're lost in the FA Cup semi-final. So unless they're going in the Champions League, they might end up trophyless this season. So let's go and tell the lads to do it for the fans. A great chance to win the trophy at the best possible venue. We get through the tunnel interview and into the first half. City, 4-3-3, trying to be defensive. Will they come out on top though? Because they need the win. Well, a quiet start, but with 7 on the clock, it's a Phil Foden free kick for City. At the back post is a good header from Ruben Dias, the skipper, and punched away by Meslier. Pavati keeps it in on the left to Inacio. Can we break on the counter now? We have got that quality, but I'm not sure that we're playing out quick enough here, as Pavati finds Inacio again. Very much just keeping possession, slowing things down. Though Zolis releases Mbappe, who plays back to him. Got space on the left-hand side, but is quickly erased. Headed back by Ruben Dias to his keeper. Did really well there, because Mbappe was ready to pounce behind. Keita has the ball between the sticks for City. Another one of those long highlights. What will it lead to? It's up towards Haaland, flicked on. Pavati mops up well. Meslier hoofs downfield to the right. Yakubu's up, 6'6" tall, flicks on for Kylian Mbappe. Rounds the keeper, dinks it over him as he got back on side. And it's an absolutely fabulous finish. He goes one clear in the Golden Boot race, and we go clear as champions as it stands. And we're back with 15 minutes on the clock as Camavinga has it at the back for City. Yakubu's nicked it high up again though, releases Mbappe, almost a carbon copy there. Keita tips it over the bar, it's really good goalkeeping. But we look on top, we're catching them out with the high press, and we're creating good chances as Yakubu's header straight at Keita, dealt with pretty easily. Stays 1-0, we're right on top. Well, 10 minutes to half time, a rare City attack is a corner kick with Foden. And from a set piece, we show our frailty. Thankfully, Ruben Dias misses from 6 yards. It was a great chance to hit the target at least. It's been an even game here, but we've got the better chances on the counter. Though Zolis nicks it high up again, it's exactly how our chances have all been created. Jaloka down the left, Fernandez can't get there. Just don't read each other there. Bit of a lack of communication. As Gomez on the right to Camavinga, to Diaz. They're sticking with that intricate play at the back, City, but they're caught as soon as they go longer. And Ponzado with a brilliant ball through. And Yakubu straight at Keita again. Tell you what, between the sticks, he has spared City's blushes here. It could well be 3 or 4 without him. As Fernandez puts a corner up to the back stick. Inacio loses out to Kumbula. It falls for Zolis. Brought down. I'm not sure that was a foul. But it's given. We'll take it. From 30 yards, we've got a chance to score again. Fernandez chips in, cleared away by Kaiser. Didn't quite have the quality on it. And at half-time, it's going to remain 1-0 to Manchester United. As it stands, we are going to be champions at the Etihad. So let's go and talk to the lads. We have gradually got on top towards the end of the half. I just don't want anything silly like the Pavati tackle last time. But at the moment, we've not even got a yellow, so that bodes well. As Foden comes down the left, through ball to Haaland. It only takes one chance. It's a magnificent block from Inacio, the number 19. He somehow got out there and matched Haaland stride for stride. I was pretty sure that was going to be a goal. Into the front post with a corner, though. It almost is. Kumbula's header, thankfully, straight at Meslier. We look so weak defending set pieces today, and I don't know why. Meslier rolls out to Inacio. Jaloka, keeping the ball backwards, not trying anything fancy. And Amponza on the turn finds Yakubu. Flicks down for Fernandez. Not quite got the legs to get there. And he has gradually declined towards the end of this season as Foden gets in again. But he's forced a little bit wide. It was good goalkeeping. It was good fullback play. In the end, he can only hit the outside of the post. It's out for a goal kick. City have started the second half the better. But they're going to need 2 goals to turn it around. And at the moment, it doesn't look like it's coming. What I am potentially going to do, and I haven't done it often here, is go a little more defensive with my change. I'm going to take off Bruno Fernandes, the number 10, and I'm going to bring on either Johnny or Benjamin. I think I'm probably going to go for Benjamin. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put him in as a holding midfielder, match them up. He can be an anchor man on defend, no attacking intent. Let's just keep ourselves nice and tidy. Yakubu's knackered, but he's playing well. So Zolis on the left, replaced by Rashford, gives us more of an attacking threat to make up for the other change. Or save the last sub in case of injury, in case of illness, in case of fatigue, whatever it might be. Because we cannot afford to lose this match, as Keita plays out from the back for City to Ruben Diaz, finds Kumbula, back to Keita, it's a big kick over the top, Haaland loses out to Bassone, and Ponza through to Mbappe, this would wrap it up, and he scores his second of the game, and Ponza delivers a brilliant through ball. He's not had the best of seasons, but he sets up what will be the title winning goal. 2 for Mbappe, 2 for United, Premier League title, back to back is secured. Now the task is to go 4 in a row like City and win the Champions League. Though hang on a minute, because Lamptey puts a corner in. Not even a corner. And Kaiser heads it straight at Meslier. Very good move. Jalocca's knackered and not playing well. So I'm going to make a change in midfield in a moment. Though City have piled men forward and Yakubu's got acres. Shoots from distance. Keita saves up to his left. Let's take off Jalocca for Johnny. We're just going to switch those two round and Ponza will become the centre mid. 15 remaining. It looks very, very good. We're going to drop to a balanced mentality as we edge towards the Premier League title. We've not been vintage towards the end of this year, but City have helped us out big time as Yakubu across, Kumbula clears, Luis Fernando goes long. Kaiser gets on the end. Have they taken Haaland off? The 44 Premier League goals this season and they've taken him off. That's madness. Luis Fernando again, up towards Kaiser, headed away by Gaia. And we look a lot more comfortable without him up there as Rashford's caught in possession. Those ageing legs just starting to struggle, although he should be one of the fresher ones. Lamptey in, Kaiser's header. And right on cue, it's Haaland's replacement who scores. Just to make me look silly, but I think it's going to be ruled out. Come on VAR, do us a favour. It is ruled out. Goal disallowed. And with that, we can start the party in the away end. City dominated this match in terms of chances. It's 2-0 United. The Premier League champions are going to be us. And that is all that matters, quite frankly. As Rashford piles down the left-hand side, Lamptey's challenge falls unfortunately for him for Mbappe. On the left-hand side, concedes it to Mbula. With 30 seconds left, we know we can't concede 3. And we know that we can start to celebrate. The double is secured. Can we win the FA Cup to go with it? And then how on earth does John Murtow help us compete with Bayern for the Champions League? As Johnny goes down the right to substitute. Back to Gaia. Got support with him. Plays to Yakubu. Inside to Johnny. Yakubu again to Gaia. To Mbappe on a hat-trick, don't forget. Johnny wide to Rashford. Shot with the left side. Is absolutely brilliant. Puts it in the top corner. Johnny the sub with the assist. And from the left side of the box right-footed, he rifles it into the far top corner. And despite being outclassed, we win 3-0 and lift the title at the Etihad. I would have thought they'd have saved that for the last home game, but still, we're going to enjoy the moment. There's no way that many Manchester City fans would be left in a stand watching this, because Manchester United, for the second year in a row, have won the Premier League title. The fireworks, the confetti, and everything goes up, because that is a big, big moment for this save. We've continued to show our consistency at the top level, but that Champions League is still eluding us. 3-0 to victory, a brilliant outcome. And let's go and enjoy the day against Everton before we finish off the episode. Fitness test time ahead of the Everton game, and it will be a chance for us to rotate a bit if we need to, but my aim is to play strong today and then rest everyone on Sunday against Southampton, because the Saturday after is the FA Cup final, which is the big one. We've got the C next to our name now as champion, so we don't have to worry about that. What I do want to also check, though, is the goalkeeper status. Van der Voort hasn't played a league game this season, and neither has Courtois. So Van der Voort's going to start this game. Courtois will start the next game, and that will mean that by the end of the season, everyone's played a minute in the league. Just checking that Louise and Agumbi have too. They have. So we're all good at the moment. He will come onto the bench. And we'll drop Frimpong out as well, because he's going to be leaving the club soon. Try and get some of the younger players in. Everyone else is fit. So I think I'm going to go for the same 11. In fact, Rashford on for Zolis. That's the only one I want to make. And I'm going to leave it at that. So Van der Voort in, Rashford in, Zolis out and Meslier out. Let's see if we can keep up the good momentum with a victory at Everton. Now we're Premier League champions. Well, still a few of those older players in the Everton side. Ian Birchnell in charge, currently at Notts County in real life. But in come the likes of Livramento, they've got Ben Godfrey, who's skipper, Frank Onyeka, real names that you used to see in Schlager as well, Zelik on the bench, Tommy Doyle on the bench. But there are a few more youngsters than we've seen in previous seasons there. So we're going to ask the lads to prove a point. A few of these are playing for their contracts as well, by the way, because John Murtaugh's in charge of that. A lot of the older ones only got a year left, and a few of them looking to replace the likes of Fernandes as we go into the next year. I'm really intrigued to see what happens this summer, but with 10 minutes gone, there's an injury already. So what I'm going to do is bring on the younger player, Asher Gumby. He's going to replace Amponza. Jalocka will switch to box, and it shouldn't have much of an impact on us, but one of the slightly younger ones onto the pitch. As it's an Everton corner with Doyle, there is a risk that we go on holiday here, as again we've got a frailty from set pieces. Livramento heads over the bar. Everton have had an early injury as well. So we're both struggling in centre midfield. Maybe it was a collision between the two, I don't know. As Godfrey gets it up towards Doyle. Everton started well here, but Inacio nicks it. Agumbi plays Pavati in, and it's wide to Marcus Rashford. Back to Pavati, no rush to get forward, just trying to get a little control in the game. Though Van der Voort gives that away, it's an awful kick. That's why he's the number 2, as Livramento to the byline. Intercepted cross by Inacio to his international teammate Fernandes, and out to Rashford on the left via Agumbi. He gives it away now. It's a terrible start. What on earth has happened to our performance? I should say actually in the last game, it looked great, a 3-0 win at City. Agumbi made 12 saves. Sorry, not Agumbi. Meslier made 12 saves and got man of the match. So it was a little bit misleading, as Morley's in for Everton. It's a deserved lead. 19th for the season for him. We've been all over the shop. It's only a change of keeper and one injury in centre midfield. But it's amazing what difference that can make. We've struggled on the road a bit recently. Sheffield United, an example. Lost at Wolves as well. It's not been great. But you wouldn't expect to be behind playing like this when you've got the confidence behind you of being confirmed champions. Pavati on the left back area with a throw to Fernandes and Rashford. The last thing we want is a couple of defeats before the FA Cup final too. It's a competition I really struggled to win in the head coach, despite loving it. As Gaia works down the right, forced backwards in the end, chips it up to Mbappe though. It's a lovely turn. Mbappe puts it in. I'm not sure if it's going to stand though. I think it might be offside. We'll wait and have a look, but it is awarded. We're level. It's against the run of play. We've not been great at all. But we'll take a result. Keep the unbeaten run going as Fernandes puts a cross in. Good save by the keeper. Mbappe's rebound is brilliantly blocked. And it's a corner kick, but we look like we're turning it around. Has the goal woken us up? Fernandes puts the corner in. Yakubu's up. Pinned down well though. Onyeka heads clear. With half an hour gone, it's 1-1. Not actually sure where Everton are in the league. I'll have a look in a second. Jakubu heads away one of their corners to Morley, the scorer. He goes back to Godfrey. Been a great game this, considering you'd expect it to be one-sided. It's a good job it didn't come to this, because we haven't played well at all. And Onyeka goes all the way back to Livramento there. Maybe not the best choice. Inside to Onyeka again, and Ben Godfrey. Good football from Everton. Morley loses out to Pavati though, and Van der Voort hacks away. Pretty aimlessly, gotta be said. Everton playing the back 3, we always struggle against it, and it's not a surprise that that's happening here, but perhaps the fact we're getting outclassed is, as Petrov, middle of the back 3 to Godfrey the skipper, plays a 1-2 with Onyeka, into Dardri, it's good football to Poku the striker, up to Doyle, wide to the left hand side to Balde, space to cross, he's one-on-one, isolated with Gaia, it's a brilliant ball into Morley, it hits the underside of the bar and crosses the line, the referee's watch obviously told him, and it's 2-1 Everton. I can't argue with it. I know it's not an important result for us. They're up to 5th Everton actually, looking at the table. So they're no mugs in fairness. But we wouldn't expect to play this badly as Gaia. It's going to put a bit of pressure on the Southampton game. I wanted to really rotate. But looking at it now, if we then go and lose again, does it make us underdogs against Liverpool? They did dump us out the FA Cup last year as Fernandes chips left to Marcus Rashford. Time and space to run into. Delivers from the left. Yakubu's up at the back post. And he gets the goal again against the run of play. 25 for the season for him. It's a wonderful move. And Rashford, the man who came in on the left, has made a big difference when it comes to the attack there. 2 goals apiece, 5 minutes to half time. And we're on the front foot again with Pavati to Bruno Fernandes. Back to Sonny Pavati. Into Fernandes. Left side of the box. Delivers to Yakubu. I think he's offside. He heads in. It would be a great turnaround. But he looked it to the naked eye. So I'll wait for VAR. But I wouldn't be surprised it. Let's see what happens. Referee, finger to the ear. Surely he's going to make the signal. He doesn't. The goal's awarded. 3-2. He can't say we deserve that. The expected goals, not even one. And we're defending again. What a game of football. Balde as we go into first half stoppage time. Down the left for Everton to Doyle. Back to the centre half position. Maybe not the best decision there. As Onyeka finds Morley and Mpoku and Morley. It's 3-3. Jeez, this is bad defensively. It can't just be because Van der Voort's in. It's the worst defensive display of the season. Somehow we're not losing at half time. It's 3-3. We've still got another attack. Gaia's got one last chance to give us the lead with a throw-in by the corner flag. To Yakubu, to Gaia, to Fernandes, to Yakubu, to Pavati. Oh, it's a wonderful goal. For all of the atrocious bits of play at the back, that is one of the best moves of the season. One touch, intricate passing, and a brilliant finish by Pavati, I think on his weak foot. And we've scored 4 in the first half with an expected goals of 1. And we've been atrocious. We don't deserve it at all. And with 10 gone in the second half, it's a corner kick for Everton. Might be the longest we've gone without a highlight. And Mbappe brings it away as it's headed clear pretty simply. And he works down the left. But Morley, the man who scored 2 of the goals, getting all the way back. And Mbete brings it away to Doyle. Up to Dardri. Run down the left, but Gaia reads it well. The Masoni gives it away to Balde. Poku to Morley. To Onyeka. To Poku. 4-4. Atrocious defending. Absolutely atrocious. I've no idea where this performance has come from. Maybe it's the security of being champions, but there's a few people that might be losing themselves a place in the cup final team. With an hour gone, I'm going to drop Basone for Benjamin. And I'm also going to take out either Yakubu or Fernandes. I think we're going to go Yakubu for Russell Thompson. Get a bit of raw pace down the right-hand side. Well, the subs seem to have flattened the game. 3 minutes of stoppage time. Nothing's happened the last 25. But what a game of football it was. Everton 4, United 4. Atrocious defensive performance. Really great goals going forward. And we keep the unbeaten run going, which I guess is all that really matters. Well, the good news is the Amponza injury only 1 to 2 days, so he'll be back for the cup final. We're going to rest everyone at home to Southampton. We're normally pretty relentless at home. And then we will be back in 10 days' time as it's a chance to wrap up a domestic treble. An FA Cup win for the first time in this series as Liverpool are the opponents. The same side we beat in the League Cup final, the Community Shield final, but lost to in last year's FA Cup 5th round. What will it be like this time around? If you did enjoy this episode though, that crazy game against Everton and seeing us wrap up the title at the Etihad, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know in the comments if you think we can make it 3 next time, or does that performance defensively give me a lot to be concerned about? If you want to stay up to date and find out, then please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on for daily FM22 content. We'll be back with this one in 2 days' time. There's links in the eye above to the Hemel Save, also to the football podcast and a Twitch channel for regular content. But above my head now is that deadline day special from the One Club Story with Hemel Hempstead. We'll be back here in a couple of days' time for the FA Cup final. Thank you for watching as always.